now we have Coach Fruscio with us here on Big Board Sports. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. How are you?
We are great. How are you, Coach? I saw the pictures that you sent out to me and others, and looked like you had a phenomenal trip with your guys.
It was an amazing experience. Growing up where I did in Watervliet, and to have a USA on your chest is pretty special. It doesn't matter what the tournament or where you are. It's very special.
How was the whole experience, both from a culture standpoint and the kids seeing, obviously being in Germany, and then how'd you end up doing on the court?
It was a great experience. I mean, I think, these guys are all super talented kids, and I think they all hope to play after college. So, some of them would be in Europe and maybe a couple, in the NBA. So, I think it was a great experience from that standpoint, and how, the travel and what it can do to you, and how you have to just, mentally drive yourself through some of that fatigue of travel. And then, of course, we opened up against France, and they were huge and talented. We lost by 5. We had, some good wins against China, Egypt, and Argentina, and we lost a close one of Russia and France, as I said, and it was an amazing trip.
Did you have enough downtime to experience everything else?
Yeah, I mean, we were able to get downtown in Mannheim, and also the tournament does a great job because they've been doing it for so long. They do a great job of making sure, I want to say it was Tuesday, no one can practice or do anything, and they bus you to a nearby town of Heidelberg, and there's a beautiful castle, and the streets are, what you would picture Europe, and the outdoor cafes, and to have lunch, and it was really beautiful weather. We were in the high 60s most of the trip, so it was pleasant to get out and have these kids experience Europe.
We're joined by Albany Academy head coach Brian Fruscio, just back from Germany with the U.S. under-18 team. Had August Mahoney and Andre Jackson from the cadets on that team. And, Coach, you mentioned the history of this tournament, the Albert Schweitzer tournament. Magic Johnson's played in it, Kyle Lowry, Vince Carter, Baron Davis, just some of the American players. But how about Dirk Nowitzki and Tony Parker and Tim Duncan on the international side of things?
A bunch of guys. I mean, the history is so huge, and they do a great job with that history and the photos of past players to, gets the kids all excited. And it really serves as there's no world championships for the U18, so it's really the U19 world championships which are next year. So they have the U17s were last year, and the U19s are next year. So this is really what they call it, is the off-year world championships. This tournament has been that. And of course, the U.S., we didn't win it, of course. We came in 7th. But the U.S. has, the most wins in the tournament, 10. But I think that's when Magic and some of Vince Carter and some of the guys were going over. So
Coach,
it was unique.
Were August and Andre's heads spinning? I mean, are they able to, at their young age, grasp kind of the enormity of what they just took part in?
Probably not. But I think they, as the tournament went on, they were able to see how everything filled up. And there's a U.S. base real close in Mannheim. So to see some of the soldiers, and even some of the soldiers that decided to live in Germany after, and the attendance, and bringing the American flags and being part of something special, and even some people that traveled from the States, to every 2 years they travel back to this tournament to support the United States, was really, I think, meaningful to the kids. I think it really hit home with them. We have one picture where everyone came out to half court after our win against Egypt, and it was just really, I think the kids really got a sense for how much this means to people.
Brian Fruscio, Albany Academy head coach, and the tournament probably, and the trip to Germany came at a pretty good time. I know you unfortunately did not. You came up on the short end in the finals up in Glens Falls at the buzzer, losing to Park School. So to get the sting of that, get that out of the way, move on from that, and get on the road to Germany and play some more. Who probably the timing was pretty good for you.
The timing was great. The head coach was a college teammate of mine. So, I got to work for him and see him, and we were college roommates too, so it was great to catch up. And, my family was there, his family was there, so it was great to just, catch up. it was a great experience.
And do you just? I know it's always what degree of good Albany Academy is going to be. What were your thoughts on your season this year? What happened in that final game, and then moving forward now? Here you go, already making plans and getting ready for next season.
Yeah, no, I think, it was a great game. We got behind. We were resilient. We came back. We took a lead. I think Noah Hutchins really did a great job late in that game, winning the game. I don't know that we lost as much as he really led his team to win, and they made some plays. And, again, I was disappointed for our guys, not disappointed in them. So it was really easy to move on because of the effort that these kids give every day, both academically and athletically, and it was really easy, to move on because I know they had emptied their tanks all year. So, this trip was great, and we'll move on. You get the likes of Andre and August returning. And how well they played. I mean, August led us in scoring. I think Andre, really, really made a name for himself here because, again, a lot of the European scouts for the Europe League and also the NBA were there. And I think Andre probably helped himself considerably, in his future, as did August in being our leading scorer. Had 27 against China and 20 against Argentina. And Andre had an impressive game against Argentina also with 15 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists. So it was, I think both those guys really, really excelled.
No doubt. Some great talent on your team once again. Coach, we appreciate a few minutes. I will see you on Wednesday night at the News Channel 13 All-Star Banquet with the Glenn Sanders out Scotia.
Awesome. See you soon. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks,
you got it. That's Brian Fruscio,
All right. Take care.
Albany Academy head coach.